Welcome students to my second lecture on halogen derivatives. In the first lecture we have seen what is meant by halogen derivatives, and then we have seen the classification of halogen derivatives of alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, the aromatic hydrocarbons, etc. And after that I just told you that in the next video we will see the nomenclature of these halogen derivatives. So we are going to see today the nomenclature of halogen derivatives. We are going to see the halogen derivatives of alkanes, then halogen derivatives of alkenes, halogen derivatives of alkynes, and then the halogen derivatives of aromatic hydrocarbons, and we are going to see how the names are given to the compounds. Now we know in any organic compound, when the nomenclature is done, it is done in two different types. One is called as common system of nomenclature, and the second one is called as IUPAC. IUPAC nomenclature. When I say IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So this UPAC system of nomenclature is one nomenclature which is widely used in all over the world, and the common system, it does not have such rules and everything, but in IUPAC there are certain rules and we have to observe those rules and we have to give names. Okay, so we are going to take some examples of these halogen derivatives and we are going to see how the names are given in the common system as well as in the IUPAC system. So we'll take some examples and we'll see how the names are given. Now the first example I am going to take is this CH3, and then halogen I will take chlorine, Cl. So the first example will be CH3Cl. Now if you look at this particular example, you will find that in this particular example there is halogen which is chlorine and there is an alkyl group which is CH3 group. Now when the common name is given to this particular compound, you have to take the name of the alkyl group first, and then we have to take the name of the halogen atom in the form of halide. So the alkyl group is methyl. So you have to write methyl first, methyl, methyl, and then the halogen atom is chlorine. So you have to say in the form of halide. So chlorine will become chloride. So this will be methyl chloride. Methyl chloride. If you take bromine, it will be methyl bromide. If you take iodine, it will be methyl iodide. And as we know, we don't write the alkyl halide of containing fluorine, so we are not going to take fluorine. Okay, then this will be methyl chloride. Now in the IUPAC nomenclature system, in the UPAC nomenclature system, you have to keep it in mind that in the UPAC system, the compound is considered as derivative of alkane. The compound is considered as derivative of alkane. This is the most important thing. So we have to consider the compound as derivative of alkane. Now here CH3Cl, in this particular compound there is only one carbon atom, and the alkane containing one carbon atom is called as methane. So this is the derivative of methane. Which derivative? Chloro derivative. So this will be chloromethane. So the name will be chloromethane. So this is our first example, CH3Cl, that is methyl chloride or chloromethane. So in the common system it is methyl chloride, and in the UPAC system it is chloromethane. Now the second example, CH3, CH2, and for halogen I will take bromine, CH3, CH2, Br. Now in the common system, if you see, there is an alkyl group which is CH3, CH2. So this alkyl group is called as ethyl group, and the halogen is bromine. So this will be ethyl bromide. So you have to take the name of the alkyl group which is ethyl, and then take the name of halogen in the form of halide, that is Br, that is bromide. So this will be ethyl bromide. So in the common system, The name is ethyl bromide. And now in the UPAC system, we know, just I have told you that in the UPAC system of nomenclature, you have to consider the compound as derivative of alkane. That means what we have to do, we have to see the number of carbon atoms present in that, and then we have to see the corresponding alkane. Now in this particular compound there are two carbon atoms, so this is a derivative of ethane. Two carbon atoms means ethane, and there is bromine, so this will be bromoethane. So ethyl bromide in the UPAC system is called as bromoethane. So if there is chlorine, this will be ethyl chloride. If there is iodine, it will be ethyl iodide, or chloroethane, or you may say bromoethane or iodoethane. Okay. Now we'll take one more example. CH3, CH2, CH2 and I have increased one carbon atom, CH3, CH2, CH2I. Now this group is called as propyl group because there are three carbon atoms, so this is propyl group, and this particular propyl group is called as N-propyl because there are straight chain of carbon atoms, so this is called as N-propyl. So this will be N-propyl, and then the halogen atom is iodine, so this will be iodide, N-propyl iodide. And if you see the IUPAC nomenclature system, just you have to count the number of carbon atoms. There are three carbon atoms, so this is a derivative of propane. Now if the number of carbon atoms go on increasing, what you have to do, you have to give numbers to the carbon atoms so that the carbon atom which has the functional group, that is halogen atom, it should have the minimum number. See, I am going to give numbering like this: 1, 2 and 3. There are three carbon atoms, so I have numbered them. Okay. On carbon atom number 1, there is iodine, so we have to mention it, 1 iodo, and then alkane is propane, 1 iodo propane. Okay, this will be name, and you have to see that in when we have written N-propyl iodide, I have written propyl separate and iodide separate. But here in iodopropane, I have written as one word, that is iodopropane. So you don't have to make the difference between iodo and propane. You have to write the iodopropane in a straight way. Okay. I will take one more example with three carbon atoms, and then I am going to put the halogen atom on the central carbon atom like this. Okay, and now I will put the hydrogens CH3, then CH and CH3. Now what will be the name of this particular compound? Again there are three carbon atoms, so this will be a derivative of propane. This particular group is called as propyl group, but this propyl is isopropyl or secondary propyl group. So the name will be isopropyl, and then halogen atom is iodine, so isopropyl iodide. And now you can make the difference. You have to give numbers to the carbon atoms in IUPAC system. You have to give numbers to the carbon atoms. You can start from left hand side or right hand side. If you start from left hand side, the iodine is on carbon atom number 2. And if you start from the right hand side, again the iodine is on carbon atom number 2. So you can start from anywhere, 1, 2 and 3. Now indicate the position of iodine or halogen atom by that proper number, and that is 2. So this will be 2 iodo and then propane. Then one more example we'll take. We are taking the examples of the halogen derivatives of alkanes. We have taken alkane and we are taking the examples of these alkanes. Okay. Now the next will be CH3, C, CH3, CH3, and then we'll put Br. Okay, so this will be the compound and we have to give the name. Now in the common system, as we know, we have to take the name of the alkyl group and then we have to take the name of the halogen in the form of halide. Now there are 4 carbon atoms and this is butyl group. But this particular butyl group is tertiary butyl group. So this will be tertiary butyl and then halogen is bromine. So this is tertiary butyl bromide. Okay, if there is chlorine, then tertiary butyl chloride. If it is iodine, then tertiary butyl iodide, like this. Okay. Now in the UPAC system, what is done? We have to see the number of carbon atoms. Now if you look at this particular example, you will find that there are overall 4 carbon atoms. But then next thing what you have to see, when there is branching to the carbon atoms, then you have to select the longest possible straight chain of carbon atoms. You have to see how many carbon atoms are there in straight chain. Now if I see this particular example, I will find that there are 3 carbon atoms in straight chain maximum. If I start from left to right, then there are only 2 carbon atoms. But when I take from top to bottom, there are 3 carbon atoms, or from bottom to top, again there are 3 carbon atoms. So you have to take the longest possible, that is 3 carbon atoms. Okay, so this will be a derivative of alkane with 3 carbon atoms, and derivative of alkane with 3 carbon atoms is propane. Okay, then indicate the position of the functional group as well as the alkyl group. So we have to indicate these two. On carbon atom number 2 there is bromine, so this will be bromo. On carbon atom number 2 again there is methyl, that is CH3 methyl group is there, so we have to indicate them. Now when you have to indicate them, you have to see in alphabetical order. So in alphabetical order, bromo will come first and then methyl will come. So this will be 2-bromo, then 2-methyl, and there are 3 carbon atoms, so this will be propane. 2-bromo, 2-methyl propane. So this will be the IUPAC name of this particular compound. Okay. We'll take one more example. CH3, CH, then CH3, CH2 and Br. I have taken this particular compound. Again, if you see this particular compound, you will find there are 4 carbon atoms. Okay. Now there are 4 carbon atoms, so this will be a derivative of butane. Now this particular group is called as isobutyl group. Okay, this is called as isobutyl group, and there is bromine, so this will be isobutyl bromide. In the common system, this will be isobutyl bromide. And now in the UPAC system, just I have told you that in the UPAC system of nomenclature, you have to select the longest possible straight chain of carbon atoms. Now I will add one more thing. Select the longest possible straight chain of carbon atoms containing the halogen atom. Okay, you have to take the chain of carbon atoms where halogen atom should be there, and the halogen atom we should get minimum number. Okay, now if you look at this particular compound, you will find there are 3 carbon atoms in straight chain, so this will be a derivative of propane. Okay, then you have to give numbers so that this particular carbon atom which has halogen atom will get minimum number. So you have to start from here, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, like this. Now we have to mention this particular group and this particular group. On carbon atom number 1 there is bromine, so this will be bromo, 1-bromo. On carbon atom number 2 there is methyl, that is 2-methyl. So this will be 1-bromo, then 2-methyl, and the alkane is propane. 1-bromo, then 2-methyl propane. Now see this particular compound which I have written, okay, it has the functional group that is halogen atom, and then it has the methyl group that is propane. Okay, which is attached to this particular carbon atom, and this carbon atom is a primary carbon atom. So this is primary alkyl halide. Though the name is isobutyl bromide, this is primary alkyl halide. We have seen isopropyl bromide also. In isopropyl bromide, the Br was present on the secondary carbon atom, so that was secondary alkyl halide, and this is primary alkyl halide. Okay. We are taking monohalogen derivatives of, we have seen monohalogen derivatives of alkanes. Now we will see monohalogen derivatives of alkenes. Okay, in last lecture we have taken some examples of monohalogen derivatives of alkenes, which was vinyl halides and allylic halides. So the same examples we are going to take, and we are going to see the name. CH2 double bond CH, and I will write Cl. Okay, CH2 double bond CH and Cl. Okay. Yesterday I told you this particular compound, this particular group is called as vinyl group, and there is chlorine, so this is vinyl chloride. So in the common system the name is vinyl, then chloride. Okay, and in the IUPAC system again we have to consider the compound as derivative of, now I will say alkene and not alkane because there is a double bond. So this compound is a derivative of alkene. And which alkene is there? There are two carbon atoms, so the alkene will be ethene. On carbon atom number 1 there is Cl, so this will be chloroethene. Not necessary to write 1 chloro, because when there are two carbon atoms, and if you write the Cl on this particular carbon atom, again you will have to give number from this side, so this will give 1 chloro. So not necessary to say 1 chloro, this is just chloroethene. Okay. Then one more example we will take. CH2 double bond CH and CH2Cl. Okay, I have taken this particular example. Again, in this particular example, this is the example of allylic halide. Okay, allylic halide. Yesterday we have seen what is meant by allylic halide. I have taken the example of allylic halide over here. Okay, now when we have written this particular, the name of this particular compound, when in the common system the name is given, it is allyl group, and then the hydrogen atom is chlorine, so this is allylic halide. Allylic, then chloride. Okay, this is allylic chloride. One more example we'll take. Before that, the IUPAC name of this particular compound. Now there are three carbon atoms, so this will be a derivative of propane. It is an alkene, so this will be propene. Now give numbers to the carbon atom so that the carbon atom which has double bond will be given preference. Okay, when there is double bond, you have to give the preference to a double bond. When there is no double bond, only single bond, then you have to give the preference to the halogen atom. So we have to start numbering like this: 1, 2, and 3. Now on carbon atom number 3 there is chlorine, so this will be 3 chloro and then propene. 3 chloropropene. Okay, so this is the name of allylic chloride. Now we'll take the example of aromatic hydrocarbon, and in aromatic hydrocarbon we are going to take the example of this. I have written the benzene ring, and I have written the chlorine over here. Okay, and I have taken methyl group, that is CH3 over here. When there is methyl group attached to benzene, the compound is called as toluene. Okay, the compound is called as toluene. And in this particular compound toluene, chlorine is at the para position. So this will be para chlorotoluene. And in the IUPAC system of nomenclature, what we have to see, we don't have to say ortho, meta or para. We have to give the positions by indicating them by number. Okay, so I will start numbering like this: 1, 2, 3 and 4. On position number 4 there is chlorine, so this will be 4-chlorotoluene. If I have written Cl over here, then this will be 3-chlorotoluene. If I written Cl over here, this will be 2-chlorotoluene. Okay. Similarly here 2-chloro, here 3-chloro and here 4-chloro. Okay. So this is the nomenclature of these alkyl halides. Or you may say nomenclature of monohalogen derivatives of alkenes. One more example we'll see, the nomenclature of monohalogen derivative of alkyne. So we'll see that particular alkyne. Yesterday we have seen that particular compound, CH triple bond C and Cl. Okay. So what is this? In the common system of nomenclature, we know the first member is acetylene, and this is a derivative of acetylene, that is chloro derivative of acetylene. So this will be chloroacetylene. And in the IUPAC system of nomenclature, the acetylene is called as ethyne. So this will be chloroethyne. Chloroethyne. So this is the nomenclature of the, you may say, the halogen derivatives of alkanes. If you like my lecture, you can subscribe my channel. Okay, I am there on the YouTube, so you can subscribe my channel. And if you have any problems, you can also comment on that particular problem so that we can solve these problems. Okay, thank you very much. In next lecture, we are going to see the preparation methods of these halogen derivatives of alkanes. Thank you very much.